This is Irontrader, and this is the last call of the day, end of the week here. So we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, at gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas. We'll take a look at the indexes. Actually, the Dow's ripping up 220, S&P's up 30, and right now the Nasdaq's up about 84. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas, along with the Baker Hughes rig count. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation, advice, like stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin daily and your weekly chart. Now, if you want to go to my midday trading, I did Bitcoin, and then I did the couple ETFs, IBIT and BITX. If you're interested in trading those, it's all right there for you. Midday trading, a nice chart of them all. Okay, here we have the old Bitcoin. Now, we came all the way down here, made a low of 115,675. This here's the gap right here at the bottom of this candle at 115,635. So, obviously, you can see here, we are looking just a little bit higher, and that is your support zone. Now, we get below that, we go right to the gap fill. You're looking at 114,380, and then we have right here 114,203, which is your 21 SMA. Now, we start losing that, then we come right to the top here. You're looking at 112,590. We look to the bottom of that candle, 110,880. Then we come to the old 50 day at 109,682. Very, very nice. Now, we have this box going. See at the bottom of that candle, okay? You're looking at 115,635, and then we look to the top of the candle at 121,165. So if we just take this and we just square this off, this is basically what we're trading till she's going to break out or she's going to break down. Now, if we start rallying up here, what we're watching is yesterday's low, 117,305. We're watching that 8-day, 118,678, and then we're locked to today's high, 119. 880 level. It will come out top here at 125.40. Then this, we're going to look at that top of that box at 121.165. We crack above that, we're going to retest this at 123.615, and then we have to see exactly what happens when it gets there. What is the reaction? Does it blast through and hit to that 125.500, or does she just bounce off of that and come right back down? So we got to wait and see how the whole situation is. But basically, we have this consolidation like we had here, like we had here, and then like we had a long way there. But again, just be very, very patient. So upside, just watch that 8-day. That's going to be key. And then watch the top of that box, 121.65. We crack above 123.615. That's your target. Downside, bottom of that candle, very, very easy. 115.635. Top of that candle, 114,380. There's your gap fill. And then 114,205. We lose all that. We have a nice 50-day sitting all the way down here. We kind of lose all that. You got 105,440 sitting all the way down, which is basically just the bottom of that candle. Now, you can see here we have the RSI. You can like do an overbought situation, no big deal. Now we're just having like a sideways action. The green is still over your red. But right now here we have like a bottoming tail. So let's gotta see how it all shakes out here as far as a Sunday night when the futures open at 6 bells. Now, here by Fridays, this is looking actually very, very good because we're holding the top of that candle, which is nice, 112,345. And we're holding that 8-day at 110,792. So actually very, very nice. But again, we have this topping tail. Okay, we have that topping tail. Respect those. When you see that topping tail on a daily and a weekly chart, obviously, we're not going to go and blast right through this. A lot of times you get consolidation before we try to retest it. Okay, so always, always, always remember that. Watch these topping tail and bottoming tail situation. Here's a perfectly bottom tail. See how that is? And then here was the reaction. Boom. All the way on up very, very nicely. So always watch these candles. Very, very good way to trade. Now, here we have this 72. You're sitting there very, very strong. The green over your red. Very, very bullish chart, as you can well see. Have the patience, have the patience, have the patience. Low, higher low, higher low. Look up at that 50-day. She's a beaut, Clark. Look at that. All the way up here and then rallied up here nice. But when you see these topping tails, you get everybody anxious. And then what they do is they start getting in. And this is not a buying opportunity. This is a selling opportunity. And then right here, we have a trading opportunity. So now, bottom line here, trade this box. Watch that 121.65. And then watch that 115.635. That's what basically we're trading. Okay, let's take a look here at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold, here we have silver. Let's take a look at here at the old gold. Now you can see a nice good sideways action. Ran all the way up here, got as high as 34.51. It never made it to that 34.68 or 34.76 level. We had a nice rally, and now we have this series of lower low and lower highs. and now we're below these simple moving averages. Okay, so I only trade this on a long side. I'm not really what you call a big gold trader or silver trader. That's usually a unique person that really, sometimes I know guys that that's all they do is just trade gold or just trade silver, or maybe the combination. But for me, I only bet on the long side. We had a really good run up here, and then I take my profits. Okay, if it goes higher, I can always buy into it when it goes higher. Now, we're watching on the downside is we're watching today's low. You're looking at 33.25. Then we're going to come right to the bottom of this candle here at 33.14. That's going to be your support level. Then we'll come down to the bottom. You're looking at 33.04, and we have 32.95, 32.90. Come to the bottom, 32.66, and then your retest sitting about 32.50. And your 100 sitting at 32.51, so you're already right there. But again, we got to see what the reaction is. We had 3 down days, so let's just see if that can turn a reverse here and get right back up. Now, upside, you got to get back above that 50-day, 33.44, and we have to get that 21-day, 33.51, and then we have your 8-day at, what do we have it there? Yeah, 33.77. Now, you have to get back above that in order to reverse this. But again, you're only 3 days down. A lot of times you get those days of 3-day sell-off, and then we can get a reversal. Okay, here's a perfect example. 3-day sell-off, indecision candle, and boom, pop right back up again. Okay, so, just have a little patience with this whole situation. But if we can get it back above that 8-day, which is 33.71 level, 77 level, let me get that in there for you. If you get above that, then what we do is we look to the bottom. You're looking at 33.90. We look here, 34.01, and then we have 34.16. 34.47, and then retest up there at 34.51. Okay, so right now we got to see us all shaked out, but we still have a nice, good uptrending, even in this little area. Okay, so you take it this bad boy all the way out here, and you can see how nice it's uptrending. No doubt about it. But look at here. See, low, higher low, and higher low. Okay, so don't get too excited. Then we have higher highs. See it? Higher highs. Very, very nice. So we're angling right on up. Let's just see how that all shakes out. But just be a little bit patient. I was sitting at 47, no big deal. We got a sideways action going here because we had a little bit of sell-off, so it kind of curled over. But again, this is all looking very good. So be patient with this, but I think eventually gold is going to go higher. Now silver. Ooh, look at silver here. Okay, nice consolidation, bull flag, rally ran up, and now we lost that 8-day. See that 8-day? Okay, 33.88. Look how nice it held. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 days. That was enough. Boom, down she goes. We lost that 8-day. So now what we're doing is we're watching that 21-day, 37.81. That's going to be very, very key. We want to hold that on a closing basis. If that's lost, we come down here, 36.57 level. Then we come down to that 50-day at 36.08. And then we have the Hondo, 34.57. And then we have the 200-day at 33.13. But, respect that 21-day, because look at this. Look at this. See? Very, very nice. Now, upside. Got to get back above the 8 days. This is as simple. 38.88. Come right to the top of that. 39.52. 39.66. Retest 39.91. You crack above that. 40, 42, 45. Okay. Now again, I'm not really a big silver trader. However, I trade the SLV when it is rising. Okay. For me, this was a very, very nice trade in the SLV from this point on. This was consolidation and building energy. And then once we got this bull flag going, I'm in. Rode it up, I'm out. Right there. Just that simple. Okay? Done. I didn't trade anything in here. Just got up there and done. Now, gold, same way. I just watch that bottom. Then once she starts rising, but for me, I got to have a breakout. If it comes down, holds that 21-day, okay, like it did in the past, then I'll jump in the SLV, take it back to the 8-day, possibly retest the 39. Okay, that's how I trade it. I just wait, be very patient. When it comes down and I can see opportunity to make money, then I'll jump in and take it up. Same way with the gold. Okay, let's take a look at the old crude ski and Natgas. Okay, here we have crude, here we have natural gas. Now I can see here crude, big bear flag. Okay, big bear flag. This here was just that war premium situation. And now you can see where it couldn't get to that 200-day and she came down. Now today, we rallied up, got a little bit higher than that 21-day, but you notice it couldn't hold it and right back to Hondo here. See? Came right down here, held it so far, and now we got to see if it holds again. So downside, this is what you want to watch. Right here is this 64.99. Then we watch the next support level, 64.50, and then here's the big boy right here at 64. That's the bottom of that flag. We lose it. How we do is we just bring these price channels right over. What we got there, 62.82. We have 62.50. We have 62.17, 61.06, and then we come down to this bad boy here at 59.74. We start losing that. We're going to come over here. You're looking at 57.74. We have 57.03, and then we have 55.03. Now, I think crude oil is going back into the 50s, and I mean, that's just how I think it's going to be. Supply and demand is good. Right now, there's really, you got decent demand, but you got oversupply. You know, and OPEC's going to be pumping here. Remember in August, which is right around the corner, they're going to be dumping, 530,000 barrels on the market. Okay, 540,000 on the market. Okay, that's a big difference now from that 441 that they were doing. Okay, or 411. Okay, so that's a big, big difference. Now they're going to be dumping out on the market, and then who knows what they're going to do in September? They could dump even more on the market there in September. They're trying to get that, what they lost before. They took off 2.2 million a day they were taking off, but Saudi Arabia is more concerned about market share than they are the price. Okay, so right now, this is coming off here nicely. So just watch that 100-day on the downside, very, very key. Watch that 64, but watch right here. 64 is the key. Now, upside, 8-day 66.03, 66.54 to 21-day, and then we look up top of this candle here at 67.54, and then 68.18, that 200-day, and then we have to retest at 69.65. Those are your upside targets, but you have to close above that 21-day. You can't just do a little squirt ski and come down. That doesn't work. Okay, so I was watching this very patiently. I did not take a long trade today, but I did take a shorty today. Okay, and that worked out very good. I traded SCO. The low on SCO was 17. Let me see here, 16.67, and the high was 17.10. Okay, very, very nice. I got 35 cents out of that today. I traded 3,000 shares, so that was actually a good day there in crude. I thought it worked out very, very nicely. Okay, but again, just watch the charts, but just watch that 64. Okay, we lose that, then we're going to be right back, headed right for that 50 area. Now, RSI here, there's nowhere near this oversold. Right here, nowhere near oversold, so this could go much, much lower. All right, now again, one thing I just wanted to make a comment on, if there is some kind of a disruption, okay, hurricane season, whatever, okay, comes up, this could rally up higher. You could go and retest that 200-day, retest that 69.65. Very, very easy. But you got to have some kind of a catalyst in order to do that. Okay, Natgas, she can't get off the old schneid here. And it looks like you're building a possible bear flag situation. So just very watch it. Now, what we're really watching is we had a low yesterday of 306. But, wrong way. Okay, what we're really watching is right here, the bottom of this candle. This is 305. There's your gap. Okay, so far we're holding it. Now, next level is going to be the fill, 298. Then we come down right down here to this 286 level. Okay, that's what you're looking at. Now, again, natural gas could come right on off here because remember, that's down here. Okay, we have a price tag all the way down here at 287. I'm not saying that's going to get there. But what I'm saying is if we start losing this here, this is a very, very ugly ass chart. Okay, that's it. There's no other way to, I can't sugarcoat this. Now, we had the topping tail, downtrend, tweezer top, coming on down. Now, if it rallies up, we want to watch that 3.16 area. Then we'll come to the bottom there. You're looking at 3.21, and then we're looking top there, 3.26. But you're really looking for that 8-day at 331. Above that, you got 339. Above that, we got 345. Above that, you got 348. And then above that, you got 361. But if you look at these simple moving averages, what do you see? Everything is rolling down. This is like a ski slope going down here. Look at that shit. Everything is on the downside, okay? There's nothing bullish that says about this. Nothing, okay? So bottom line, you could get a trade. I was looking for a trade today, but obviously it just wasn't there. If we get above that 316 level, then I was going to jump into the UNG and take that up to that 8-day. But that's not what happened. Nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. We got an indecision candle here that doesn't want to do dick. It's just sitting there, nothing. Okay, so right now I have no position. I don't see anything good about what's going on here with the natty gas. We lose that 305 level. She's going to go down to 298 and possibly 286. Okay, take a look at the old indexes. All right, here we have the Dow, the S&P, and the old Nasdaq. Now you can see the charts. They look all the same. The future charts look all the same. Big melt up. However, when this earnings season is done and you get end of August, September, October, watch out. Okay, and don't say I didn't tell you, but you can't have this melt up go forever. It just doesn't work like that. Now you can see here on the Dow, it's holding that top part. So what you want to watch the downside, 44,564. You want to watch that 21 day. Look how nice it held, 44,392. We start losing that. Well, they got 758. We have your 50 day here. We have your gap. You have your fill. And we have 200 day at 42.83. Come all the way down to 42.132 level. Okay, very, very easy. Big melt up like this. Now, negative divergence. High, higher high. High, lower high. Always watch that negative divergence. It's going to be a matter of time before kaboom. Okay? Just be patient. Now, here we have the S&P. Just doesn't want to give up the ghost. 63.95. You probably go to 6,500, maybe 6,600. Okay? People are predicting that by the end of the year. That doesn't mean they're right. Doesn't mean they're wrong. I just think you're going to have a melt up, and when you do, she's finally going to correct. So watch that 8 day, 21 day, 50 day. Gap, fill, 200 day, 100 day. Okay? That's all you got to do. Let the melt up continue until it doesn't. Now, this here, okay, doesn't have that negative divergence. This is just running up here, but you're in overbought condition. Okay, let's take a look at the old NAS. Same thing here. No divergence. Okay, none. Just ripping higher. Big melt up going on here. 21,159. This could go to 22,000, 23,000, 24,000. We don't know. You're in no man's land. Okay? Even if you put fibs on there, that's still don't know. This could go in, and all it takes is one little bit of information. She can fly right on down. Okay? Now, what you're looking at here, watch that 8 day, watch the 21 day, watch that gap, watch that fill, 50 day, 200 day, 100 day. That's your support level. Eventually, it's going to come off, and it's going to come off very, very hard. In the meantime, you trade this market. A lot of good trades today. Tesla. Yeah, I put a stop loss in there at 318. I made 8 points on Tesla today, okay? Do I believe in a stock? Oh, hell no. I think it's full of shit. But that doesn't mean anything. It's a great trading stock, okay? And that's all a trader cares about. How do I make money off this? Google was a good trade today. Netflix was a decent trade. Microsoft was a great trade. Meta was a good trade. My T2Qs were a good trade. My Bitcoin, BITX got as low as 60.69, and right now you're sitting at 62.49. Great trading, okay? Very, very good trade. There's always something to trade, long or short. So never have opinion. I only can do this. I only can do that. But again, we have a melt-up situation, and look how small these candles are getting, okay? Old Pee-wee up here. See that? See old Pee-wee? Okay? So always remember that eventually what goes up comes down. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here Sunday night. I'll have a video for you before 7 o'clock. And we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, natural gas, gold, silver, and then we'll see what else we have in the old mix. Okay, so everybody have an enjoyable weekend. And if you have profits today, put them in your freaking pocket. Okay, that we have a nice relaxing weekend. We come out Monday, we come out shooting. Full blast. We go back into the trading again. Don't revenge trade on Monday if you lose money today. Believe me, it's not a good look for you. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.